What's good? We are going to cover or go over tattoo aftercare, or how to heal your tattoos perfectly. The first step is listen to your artist. If you got a good tattoo from an experienced artist, they typically have experience on how their tattoos heal, or how the tattoos they do heal. Probably both, actually. But listen to them. If you didn't get a lot of aftercare information, or you're just not healing great every single time, or you're just out looking for more information, or you just want to know another method, here we go. First, okay, we already did the first thing, so second thing first in my method is clean and dry. Keep your tattoos clean and dry. That's the most important thing. Wash your tattoos. Fragrance-free, dye-free, preferably antibacterial hand soap. Dial Gold is the key. So always wash your tattoos before you wrap them. Always wash your tattoos after you take the wrap off. Always wash your tattoos anytime you finish any kind of activities that may be dirty, like mowing the grass or going for a jog. Wash your tattoo off. Always wash your hands before you touch your tattoo. Wash your tattoo off. Pat it dry with a clean, new paper towel. Don't use a bath towel. Clean, new paper towel. So, wash your hands, wash your tattoo, pat it dry, let it finish air drying before you have to, or if you're going to wrap it, always let it air dry for a couple minutes just to get it completely dry before you wrap it. I always recommend wrapping your tattoos before you put any kind of clothing over the top of them, before you do any kind of activities, before you go to bed, for the first about 3 days. So there's a 3-day period between your tattoo going from open wound status to healing skin status. And that's the most important part. Bacterial infection. Bacterial infection happen in warm, wet places. Again, clean and dry. So, wash your tattoo, let it be dry, wrap it before you do anything kind of dirty, wrap it before you go to sleep. I do recommend with larger pieces that take longer, pieces where there's more trauma to the skin, to put a paper towel over the top of the tattoo and then wrap it with wrap. That just helps keep it a little drier. Typically, that paper towel is going to be stuck to your tattoo due to blood, plasma drying. So what you want to do is just take a little bit of water, put it on the paper towel. Don't rip it off like a Band-Aid. The water should separate it. Wash your hands real good. Wash that tattoo off. Pat it dry. Let your tattoo get as much air as possible without being exposed to dirt or anything like that. Dogs, cats, anything. Let it get air without letting your dog lick it or your cat rub its face on it. So like I said, the first 3 days are the most important. Clean, dry, wrapped anytime you do anything dirty. Wrapped before you go to bed, because if you're, you'll get blood and crap all over your bed sheets. 2, when you lay in the same spot for so long, your bed sheet will kind of like heal into your tattoo, and then you move and it rips it all off. So after those first 3 to 4 days, when it kind of starts to look like healing skin instead of an open wound, what you'll do is always, again, wash your hands before you touch your tattoo. Always wash your tattoo before you put any kind of lotion on. So at this point, you can stop wrapping it as much. Just let it get a lot more air. Side note, no baths, no open bodies of water, no pools, no oceans. No bueno. Back to what I was saying. Wash your hands, wash your tattoo, pat it dry with a paper towel, a little bit of fragrance-free, dye-free hand lotion. Now I say that, a lot of people do prefer to use Aquaphor or other healing ointments, and that's fine if you use them correctly. They're a little trickier because Aquaphor and healing ointments or ointments in general are petroleum based, and with a water-based lotion, if you put too much on, it's going to dry. With like a petroleum-based ointment, if you put too much on, it's going to stay built up and wet until it gets wiped off. So wash your tattoo, dot a fragrance-free, dye-free hand lotion on your clean hand, rub it in really good. Lotions like Curel Ultra Healing, Lubriderm, baby lotion, anything as long as it's fragrance-free and dye-free. If it's not, you're going to feel the burn, and there's a chance that some of the chemicals in there can react with some of the inks or whatever. It's just not a good idea. Aquaphor, if you prefer that, rub it on, rub it in real good. If your tattoo looks wet or you can tell you just put Aquaphor on it, take a clean paper towel and wipe your tattoo. So wipe the excess off the top to where you can't tell you just put Aquaphor on. It should be treated like a medicine. So as long as it gets on there and gets in, you're good. You can say like twice a day, but pretty much anytime you wash it, you'll kind of know. When I heal my tattoos, typically what I do is I will just wash them for the first couple days. Like I said, day 3, day 4, you'll kind of notice, like when you get in the shower, a lot of, not scabs, but like pieces are kind of coming off. You kind of get in the shower, scrub that off with your hand, and when you get out of the shower, pat it dry, and you can kind of take a little bit of your lotion and rub it in real good, and pretty much the rest of the pieces will come off except for maybe a couple little spots. That brings me to the point of, do not pick the scabs. As hard as it is, especially for me, do not pick the scabs. And if you do pick them, just don't pick them to where they bleed. But yeah, that's literally all there is to it. I will say that a lot of tattoos will scab or peel twice. So typically after the second like peeling healing phase, you'll kind of notice that your tattoo looks like skin. It's just a little bit shiny. At that point, I do recommend stopping any kind of lotion or ointments that you've been putting on your tattoo, because that shininess is stuff trying to come back out, and the more stuff you pack on top of it, the slower it's going to come out, if that makes sense. But at that point, you basically have a healed tattoo. You're just playing the time game. Like I said, super easy. My experience, tattoos heal perfect every time. A little bit of care, following these directions. Yeah, it's a lot simpler than a lot of people make it. Typically, the best thing to do is just forget about your tattoos. But yeah, every time, perfect heals. Hate to say it because everybody says it, but if you could do me a favor and like this video if it helped you out at all, subscribe to the channel if you feel so fit, and leave a comment, whatever. Thanks again.